Good morning. So this is way out of my comfort zone. Today was wash my hair day, and all I did was wash and blow dry it, and so get it out of my face. And I have no makeup on. I did do my moisturizing stuff, and I'll explain all about that in a minute, but it needed time to dry before I actually applied the makeup. So I did that ahead of time because really watching me sit here and wait for it to dry would be like, I don't know, watching paint dry. Not very exciting. But I wanted to show you what I do to create the blank palette, if you will, for adding color. So basically the very basic face makeup. And I wanted to talk about the moisturizing products because we have so many more products than lip color that are amazing, and I'm loving all of them. So I wanted to show you something first of all. This, I don't know if you can see this. This was full. I don't think I have a full one. Maybe I do. Yeah. Okay. It would look like this. This is a different product, but it started out like this. And now it looks like this. And so because of the way that the product is dispensed, you don't waste any product. It's the craziest, most amazing thing ever. This has lasted me, I want to say, since the end of July. And we are now in December. This is for the dark circles under my eyes, which you might be looking at them right now going, girlfriend, it's not helping you. But it really has a lot. My heritage being what it is. Thank you, Grandma. I love you. I have really dark circles. And I notice that when I use my eyes a lot, so for reading, being on the computer, they tend to get even worse. This has really helped. And then on top of that, after that dried, because you don't want to smear that all over the place, I used the eye cream, which I also love. And it looks like this. And I put that on both morning and night. And I use it especially right here because I tend to be really crepey right there. But again, I want it to dry so it stays put where I want it and not moisturizing my whole face instead of my eyes. Now, the next thing I used was our silk. And so again, you can see how it's dispensing. And I've used this for about as long. Don't need very much of it. It helps to even out your pores and to help with the larger wrinkles you might have on your face. And yes, I have plenty at my age. I've earned every one of them. And then I let all of that dry. And then I do an overall moisturizer, which I just realized I did not bring in here. But it's in a container that looks similar to this, except that it's bigger. So it's wonderful, and I love that product as well. So the first thing I'm going to do as far as creating the palette goes is deal with the dark circles under my eyes that no product, miracle or otherwise, is going to take care of. So this is our Shadow Sense, which I love. Love this stuff. It goes on as a cream and dries as a powder, and so you have time to work with it. But once it's on and it's dry, it's staying put. It's not coming off. It's not moving. This is Candlelight. And so I'm going to, and my mirror's that way, so if I'm looking away from you, sorry. I'm going to put just a little bit in the real deep abyss, crevice, whatever you want to call it. That is right there. And then I'm just going to pat it. Now you'll notice that when I work with my eyes, I'm either going to use my pinky or my ring finger because they have the least amount of pressure, and your eyes are, the skin around your eyes is very tender. You don't want to be messing with it too much. I mean, you don't want to go, because that creates other problems. So there's that. Now, what that does is that helps me not have to use so much other product later. Then I have our green concealer. So green takes out red, and what's under my eyes tends to be a little purpley red. So I'm going to use that. I don't think I'm looking at you. I think I'm looking down. I have to remember to look that way. So again, just the tiniest little dot. It's probably even more than I need. But I put it right there. You notice I'm not going all over. And I just dab it. I'm using the wrong finger. And just put a little on my nose because my nose is a little red. And then again, the other eye, just the tiniest. And the other problem I'm having is I'm extremely nearsighted. So everything I'm doing here, I can barely see. But that's okay. I'm used to it. So you can see I got way more than I needed there. And it's going everywhere. It's hard to work at this angle. So there. That will help take the red out. There we go. Now you can also see that I have plenty of age spots thanks to having spent as much time as I do in the sun, and way more as a kid. Back in the day when we used baby oil and double album covers, where you had an album that opened like a book, and we would put tinfoil in there and baby oil and sit in the sun. I know, can you believe that? So on these areas, I'm using our white concealer because it's going to help. When I use the actual base, it's going to help hide those spots without adding pigment. There is a natural concealer, which I also have somewhere. I have it right here. I'm just trying to grab it. Natural color concealer. But this goes a little too pink on me for this, what I'm doing here. So again, just the tiniest little bit, and put it right there. And you'll notice I'm not totally rubbing it in. I don't need to do that, but I do need to let it dry a little bit. So while that's setting, I'm going to take care of my eyelids. Now you'll notice that my eyelids are kind of red right here, kind of brown actually. So I'm using, again, candlelight to create a nice base. Now, I'm going to put it all over so that when I put color on, you're going to actually see the color as opposed to having this come through the color. So I just put a little bit of that on. And I'm just going to use my finger for this. Oops, got that right in my eyelashes. And so now I don't put a whole lot in the corner right in here because of the crepiness of my eye. I don't want to add to that. So I don't know if you can see how that created a nice base, the difference between the two. So now this eye. And the really great thing is once this dries, it's not going to crease. You're not going to get a crease in the middle of your eye, like right in here. And it is going to stay put until you're ready to take it off. So clean that out, clean that off, and I'll clean all that off after I put my eye color on too. Now my eyebrows are permanent, but what I find is by the end of doing all this, I have to clean them off because I end up being a little sloppy with my makeup. So now I have, you can see, a nice base. And now I'm going to add the actual foundation. This is, the color is cream beige. And again, you can see it's that is like the most amazing technology ever. I will also say in all of our cream products, so that means these guys, Shadow Sense, all of it has our Cineplex magic formula, if you will. So all of these are going to be really good for your skin. They're moisturizing. They are anti-aging. In fact, your skin naturally replaces all the skin cells about every 28 days. This actually bumps that up to doing it about every 22, every 23 days. So that just makes you look that much younger and that much fresher and more amazing. So here we go. I do one pump on the lid. I know a lot of people use a palette. I don't. This is my palette, and it works. And then I use a stipple brush, and I use Real Technique brushes. You can see that it's flat and probably needs to be washed. But there are all these tiny little brush tips. And so when I stipple, which is what that is right there, doing that, I put it on in a nice even way. I don't create streaks. And it looks like it's been airbrushed on. It's amazing. And so I just take my brush and I dip in there like that. Okay. And then I start working it. Now the trick is to blend, blend, blend. The other thing you want to keep in mind is that you don't want to end at your chin. You want to bring it down. Otherwise you look like you're wearing a mask, which is never good. And you can see how that covered really well. If I wanted more coverage, I could always go back in again. And then this side. Again, bring it down. Make sure you don't leave a line right there. And the great thing about this, it is so light. You don't feel like you're even wearing anything. I know a lot of people say, but I don't really wear makeup. That's okay. The other choice we have too that you could do, which I do a lot of times, is tinted moisturizer. This one is light. There's also a medium, and you just put that on and it gives you moisture and a little bit of color, and it's amazing. Now I'm not going to waste any of the product on the lid, so I just do like this, which is kind of crazy, but I need a little more like that. Okay. And then I kind of go up into the hairline a little bit. Again, don't want to look like I'm wearing a mask. Okay. All right. Now, the thing that I do at this point to help with my eyes, because my age is really showing in my eyes. I can't help it. We have this amazing eye illuminator, and it looks like this. And what it is a blend of our eye cream and our pearlizer, which is another foundation. Looks like this. You would not want to wear this alone, or you would look very shiny. But it's great for mixing into things, and so they've already mixed it. So I take this and I use this to kind of clean things up a little bit. And I'll do this one more time after I put my eye color on to clean up as well. And so a lot of good moisture in my products that I'm using on my eyes to even things out. And there you have it. That's the basis to which I'll add color. Now, I probably look really monochromatic and pale. The other products do amazing things. And I'll do that on my next video. So I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy your Saturday. And I'll see you later.